Hi, my name is Melissa Rochon. I go by Melro for short, and this video is intended for Bishop T.D. Jakes. Bishop Jakes, I was on your show a few years ago, and I experienced something that left me deeply traumatized. And it has taken me many of years to get through that. And that is why I am taking now to address it. And also, you being a bishop who is one of great power, right, in this world, I know that me addressing you in this way, it comes with a lot. One of the things I also know is that when we have untold stories that are tucked inside of us, as those who have been harmed, those become cancers in the spirit that literally eat at us, and this has been eating at me. And I had to take my time to process what happened and to really heal so that I could be able to come to you and also come to you now in this way. Please know, Bishop, that I did try to reach out to your team several times. I also tried to reach out to you on social media. I tried to reach out to your daughter, and I realized that on social media, you probably get thousands of comments, so you and her likely didn't see my reach out. So I have elected to go this way, and that is to say this, Bishop. When I was on your show, my understanding was that I was there to share my story, which I was very grateful for, because anytime someone who has lived in the foster care system has been gifted with the opportunity to have a platform to raise awareness on foster care, it is truly a blessing. So I was so elated. And when I got to your show, we had a really wonderful interview until we didn't. And I have to say this, Bishop. One of your producers, as you were being powdered, came over to me and she said, "You're not showing enough emotion for us." And I said to her, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, I can share my story without crying. And she was like, "Yeah, but we're not seeing enough emotion." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. This is what I have." And she walked away. And I remember sinking, feeling the pressure, and I'm like, I don't know how to give them what I don't have. And Bishop, about a few seconds later, you told the studio audience that we were going to see something that was very horrific, and then I didn't even know what was happening, because in under 10 seconds, what we saw was my father's truck crash into the opposite end of traffic. This was taken from dash cam, and it crashed into the opposite end of traffic. This is how he died. And that is what I saw for the first time. And Bishop, like, his accident was on YouTube, but I only saw the aftermath on YouTube, right? I only saw people standing, because it was so large in Chicago. I only saw people, from that perspective, standing around, just looking at the crash. Your team went and took this from the dash cam, from the traffic cam, whatever it's called, and chose to show that as a way to evoke emotion from me. And as you might remember, I jumped out of my skin. And I remember feeling so traumatized by that, and the hot lights, and the studio audience also screamed. They were horrified, and I felt like I was under attack. I felt so alone. And you had said on camera that you would be my father, which I understand. We say things on TV. I get it. I'm gonna let you have that. No worries, Bishop. And also, at that time, I remember I really took that to heart. And so when I never heard back from you or your team in terms of aftercare, like, yo, we have completely just traumatized this woman for our show. Let's see how she's doing. There was nothing. There was nothing, Bishop. And as someone who is a father to a daughter, I wanted you to know that really deeply affected someone else's daughter, me. You wouldn't have wanted your daughter to see something like that. If, God forbid that were to happen to you, you wouldn't want her exposed to that. So the fact that I'm going to use this word, that you allowed that and then never followed up, it's been weighing heavy on my spirit, Bishop. And I also understand that maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe I was supposed to carry that for all of these years and heal from it, and who knows, but I know this, Bishop. I have really been hurt by this because, one, I felt like it was grimy as you, someone who is in ministry, to have even allowed that and not been like, hey, you guys, this is not okay. Like, let's see how this young lady is doing. Or for you and your team, no one to even follow up, Bishop. And then to not have any response back from your team. And I very well told them that, one, I wanted you to have this message and why I was contacting you now. And I recorded a private video for you to see. I didn't want to come on social media. That's not my thing. And I've elected to now. I think that this is a teachable moment for us all to, one, realize that when people are in ministry, friends, they are still people. And people are going to err. And, come now, let us reason together. And two, I would say, Bishop, is that, I am your sister in Christ. And when we harm others, even if it's inadvertently, I feel that accountability is necessary. And I also feel that if you knew, and you did know, you had to have known that that would be traumatizing, then you, especially as a man who's a bishop and a father and a human, this situation could have been handled differently, Bishop. Why now? Why not? Why not? Because I'm ready now. And after the show, I recorded this video and I talked about what an amazing experience I had. And I meant that. And at that time, I was in this space and place of my life where I had constantly been going through so much trauma that it was just, I was kind of desensitized to it and didn't really know how upsetting it was until I got home, because the video that I recorded talking about what an amazing experience that I had just come off stage and so many people had hugged me and I was like on a high because I finally met you, and I was on a high because so many people were blessed and I was able to hear their testimonies. And then when I started suffering with nightmares, I was like, yeah. It became very real that this was something else. So, thank you for hearing me. I don't want anything other than to be heard. And for those of you out there that have these untold stories inside of your heart and stuck in your consciousness, man, I just may the love of God saturate you, because that's painful. And may God lead you how to share, because these stories need to be shared and things need to be said that need to be said. Bishop, I appreciate your time. Peace.